All right, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Jordan Darrensburg here. I hope everyone has enjoyed themselves on this Thursday evening, this Friday's Eve, this South by Eve. So let's go ahead and turn this down real quick because I had the sound on. I forgot to turn the sound off on my phone so that I could read all your comments. But anyways, here we are. We are taking a look outside. Temperature-wise, we've gone down into the mid-60s for some places, but we're still straggling to get out of the 70s in the hill country. And there's a lot more we need to get to in this forecast. So let's just go ahead and let's take it to the wall here because we are looking at upper 60s for most of us, but we do have some mid-60s over sections of the coastal plains, including Giddings and LaGrange, checking in at 64 apiece. And we've also got 69 Bastrop, 68 Georgetown, 67 here in town as well as Burnett. And we're looking at 68 in places like Llano and Gillespie counties. Mason still straggling in those lower 70s. The winds have been the story today, but not nearly as strong as where they were around 48 hours ago. 48 hours ago, we had that haboob pass through where we had those winds that gusted to around 50 to 55 miles an hour in some sections of the hill country. And we did have a couple of wildfires that did pop up. Thankfully, the Colette fire is now fully contained, so there is good news there. But winds are coming in a different direction in addition to at a slower pace. They're coming in from the southeast as opposed to out of the west. So that means more moist air is being brought in, and that's going to limit any and all fire weather concerns for the next couple of days, but it's also going to warm us up. Now, as we take a look at your allergy count, we have alder, cedar, and mold in the medium. Elm and ash checked in the low count. You can find this allergy count each and every day on KVUE.com and the KVUE app. And as we look at our future tracker, upper 50s most likely with maybe even a little bit of low cloud cover to start your Friday. Then we're going to warm up quite nicely as we head through your Friday afternoon. Look at this, lower 80s here in town and even some upper 80s in sections of the hill country. And they're going to get a good westerly breeze as well because we got a dry line sort of forming over portions of Burnett and Blanco counties right there in the hill country. And then it's going to slowly slide on east out ahead of a front. It's going to be coming in Saturday evening. Now let's take a look at Saturday morning though, because we could see a few of those light isolated showers, especially in some of our northern counties is where the models are putting most of this. And hopefully we could get a little bit more over some sections of the hill country over the next few weeks because we really could use a lot of the rain in a lot of those areas where they are very drought stricken. Now let's take a look at 1 o'clock on your Saturday afternoon. This model is showing lower 80s for Saturday as well. Now, I do want to mention that a lot of areas are going to stay in the 70s, I feel like, because we're going to have a little bit more in terms of cloud cover on Saturday. But then watch this as we head through Sunday morning. Strong cold front moves through, and we do expect lows getting down to those low to mid 40s. And with that brisk northwesterly wind, we could have those feels like temperatures getting closer to those mid to maybe even lower 30s. So for the next 3 days, South by starts tomorrow, of course. We get to the mid-80s. Austin FC is at home against the Colorado Rapids, getting to the mid-70s, maybe a few of those isolated showers hanging around before we get down only to the mid-60s for a high on Sunday. Now, at kickoff for the Verde and Black as they take on those Rapids, we're going to be in those lower 60s, still going to have that brisk north wind in place because that front will have passed through. And then Sunday, 66 will be the coolest day of the next 7. By the way, you want to make sure that you are turning your clocks forward on Saturday night. So unfortunately for you, you are going to lose an hour of sleep. Don't blame me, I'm just the messenger. Another thing you want to mention is also change those batteries on your smoke detectors inside as well. That's a very important tip. Change your clock, you change your battery as well. So something to really think about when you're moving those clocks forward Saturday night into Sunday. Now, for the start of next week, we do get to the mid to upper 70s before eventually getting to the mid to upper 80s again middle of next week. But I'm tracking Tuesday and Wednesday for possibly some more of those elevated fire weather concerns. So keep it here to KVUE through the weekend and early next week. We are going to continue to track this throughout the course of these next 7 days. So we're going to continue to monitor the potential for elevated fire weather concerns, similar to what we had on Tuesday, although it doesn't look like we're going to have that to much of an extent. So Let's see here. Do we have any questions right now? Doesn't look like we have any questions right now. I'm gonna go ahead and share this on my page real quick. Doesn't look like we have any questions right now. Let me check and see if YouTube has anything. It don't look like it does. I don't think it does because I know that YouTube doesn't really have any comments. Comments are turned off for YouTube, so I can't really see that. So let's see where we're at right now. Doesn't look like we have any questions right now. But again, we are going to have a really nice Friday afternoon for South by Southwest as it kicks off. We are going to have a nice healthy mix of sun and clouds. We're going to start off with some cloud cover, but then it'll break for mostly sunny skies for your Friday afternoon. Maybe an isolated shower is possible, but it's mostly going to be north of us throughout the course of the night tomorrow night. So if you have any Friday night plans, maybe you're having a nice little night on the town, especially if you're here for South by, could be a little muggy, but also could have a light shower here or there. Not a total washout by any chances, but the chances are only at around 20%. So doesn't look like we have any questions. So questions going once, questions going twice. If we don't have any more questions, I will go ahead and end it there. I hope everyone has enjoyed their Thursday evening so far. I sure have, being here with all of you. A quick reminder that we're on your time, anytime on KVUE Plus, which is free on Fire Stick TV, Apple TV, Roku TV, anywhere you have an OTT device. And also, we're going to have KVUE News at 10. We're going to break this down in a little more detail, as well as track the latest news headlines of the day. So keep it here to KVUE. We're going to be on tonight at 10. And also, tomorrow morning, Daybreak starts at 4:30 to 7 a.m., not just right here on KVUE Plus, but for those who are watching me on KVUE Plus right now, it's right here on KVUE Plus, and we're also going to have Daybreak Plus starting at 7 a.m. as well after the main show has ended, and that's exclusively on KVUE Plus and on our YouTube channel, which some of you are watching on YouTube right now. We also are going to have tomorrow night's late news is going to start at 8:30 because of the Spurs game at 9. So I wanted to go ahead and mention that as well. And with that, I'm meteorologist Jordan Aaronsberg. I hope everyone has enjoyed their Thursday evening so far, and I will see you all nice and sound at 10 right here on KVUE Plus or on